Pacifico is a Mexican lager brewed to be discovered. It's like fresh tracks on a powder day. Like that uncharted trail a stone's throw away. Like the perfect wave on a sunny day. Pacifico. Find your own way. 21 plus. Drink responsibly. Imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Always follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
This hour sponsored by Better Picks, the daily fantasy sports app where your sports knowledge turns into real cash fast. Download Better or visit better.app now. Sign up today, get free money and no deposit necessary. Better.app, BETR.
Busy hour coming up. We're going to get nuts, have some guts, long shots, ladder bets, TD scores coming up in 15 minutes, upset alert in college football, and more NFL games. But here, best bets for the weekend from VSiN host Mike Somich. As he joins the program, he does a podcast twice here at the network. Comes out on Mondays and Thursdays with Patrick Maher. It's called Sharp Money. Make sure you go and listen to that bad boy. Subscribe, like it, wherever you get your podcast. And he is on the Progressive Guest Line. Mike, good afternoon. Good to talk to you again. As always, pal, let's begin. We ended last hour talking about this Jacksonville and Arizona game. We think that there could be some fireworks in this spot. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think this is a game that is highly likely to get fireworks, and one of the few totals that I think is a firework-eligible game that hasn't been steamed up this week. I'm surprised we're still sitting under 48 in this game. You can get 47.5 painted across the board right now. Let's just start out with the Cardinals here on their defensive side. They're down multiple cornerbacks, so the passing attacks that they're facing right now are having a just plethora of success against them. You were talking about the run stats last hour. They don't stop the run very well. They can't stop the pass very well. They don't mind giving up big plays in special teams, and they have a competent offense on the other side. I think that's the other important thing here, that the Brissett thing is not just a flash in the pan here after just 1 or 2 weeks. We've seen him consistently be able to move this offense better than we saw Kyler Murray earlier in the season. This isn't a Jacksonville defense that has been great statistically. They've been great from a turnover perspective. And when they get those turnovers, that's when they've been able to stop teams. But if they don't get those turnovers, and Brissett has not been a turnover machine in his start so far this year, we've seen them give up points and yards to multiple football teams. I think this is a situation where this thing flies well over the 47.5 total. I have this close to in the low 50s. I have it at 50.4 right now in my numbers. So 47.5 offers quite a bit of value. And I agree with you guys. From a prop perspective, I think McBride has a chance for a big game. I'd be a little hesitant around the Michael Carter or the Michael Wilson props after his week last week. I would be very interested in Jacoby Myers if it ever posted. I still can't find Jacoby Myers props up right now. I think he has an opportunity to have a very big game against this banged up Arizona secondary.
I agree with that, no doubt. Okay, state your case here. Green Bay 0-6 ATS when laying more than 4 points.
They're due, right? Isn't that enough? This is a Packers team that needs to put a full game together. Yeah. And I think we're actually going to finally see it here, taking on a Minnesota Vikings team where I'm just ready to completely fade J.J. McCarthy. This is a situation where if you watch Justin Jefferson's body language on throws from J.J. McCarthy to him, you can just tell the helmet throw is coming at some point. I wouldn't be shocked if it's this week. Last week, McCarthy was 16 for 32. Ended up throwing 2 picks. He has 8 interceptions on the season. He's, I believe, 5th in the NFL in interceptions despite missing multiple games. This is a Green Bay Packers defense that has also had opportunities to get interceptions. We saw 3 or 4 of them go through their hands last week against Jameis Winston. I think the defense shows up here, able to stop McCarthy through the air. You're going to see a lot of run from the Vikings here, but if the Packers get out to any sort of lead, it's going to be on J.J. McCarthy to bring him back. I just don't have any faith that he'll be able to do so despite having the weapons on the outside. And you flip around, this is a Jordan Love-led offense that understands how to attack this Vikings defense. I think the Packers have success on the offensive side of the ball, and I think we see McCarthy continue to struggle against the defense for the Packers. It's going to create some turnovers here. So happy to lay anything under a touchdown here with the Packers. Got the 6.5 in my account.
All right. Plenty of line movement between the Patriots and Bengals this week. Plenty of speculation about Joe Burrow as well. What did you do with this earlier in the week, and what would you do with the current numbers on the board here?
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday on Sharp Money, and we had like I wanted to come on here and actually give out 3 or 4 more side and total bets, but we've just seen the board get absolutely eaten up on some of the numbers that I had prior to the show here, and so not able to give as many of those out. Make sure you're checking out Sharp Money on Sunday nights and Thursdays. We go through the entire board, got some bets in there, including we got the Lions -10. I played the Patriots -6.5 here as well when that was available yesterday. I still have a heavy lean toward the 7. It's hard for me to want to go out and say, hey, bet the 7 when that 6.5, a key number, was available yesterday. If we see a 6.5 again, if Burrow officially gets announced in, I love the Patriots minus the 6.5. It is wild to me that people are thinking that Joe Burrow is going to make a massive difference right off the bench here. I agree he is an upgrade from Flacco. Don't get me wrong. But we have seen Joe Burrow at the start of seasons, after missing training camp, really struggle early in the year, specifically that first game. He just doesn't have it. The timing is off a little bit. And now you're taking away Jamar Chase as well. If this is Joe Burrow, I just don't believe you're going to get the immediate Joe Burrow bump right out of the gate against a Patriots team that is set up really well to defend this Bengals offense. Without Jamar Chase, you can take Gonzalez, throw him on Higgins, and then say, okay, who's going to beat us now? Are you going to try and run the football against a Patriots team that's very good against the run with Chase Brown? Good luck with your trash offensive line. Are you going to try and beat him with Yoshivas on the outside? I mean, I think his props are interesting if it's Joe Flacco out there, but I don't see how they're going to be able to consistently move the ball against a Patriots team. You look on the other side, this Bengals defense is awful. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They don't rush the passer. They don't cover anybody in the secondary. They don't mind giving up chunk plays on the ground. I think the Patriots move the football consistently all day, like the Patriots team total over if you want to go that direction as well. And I think the Bengals struggle here on the offensive side when you take Jamar Chase out of the equation.
Very good. Excellent breakdown. How about the props here with Detroit? This is the best trend going in sports. They're on a 13-0 ATS run off a loss. I'm confident if something's working, Dan Campbell will continue to do it, and you're going against the second worst run defense in the league. What do you want to do with Detroit props?
Yeah, this is a matchup made in heaven for the Detroit running backs here. And I think there's a couple different props that you can attack. I'll start with a couple on Jahmyr Gibbs here. First off, longest rush over 18.5. This is a defense that doesn't mind giving up explosive runs to the outside. They're giving up they're bottom 5 in the NFL in explosive run rate here. And this is specifically with Gibbs, someone who is going to be able to rip off big plays. I think he goes for at least one run over 18.5 yards. I also like his first half total. He's sitting at 36.5 here. We have seen Gibbs get the first series consistently. So you know you're going to get the first series out of Gibbs. He's probably going to get 3, maybe 4 series on the offensive side in the first half specifically. If that's the case, I think 36.5, which is currently listed over DraftKings, way too low for his rush yards in specifically the first half here when we know we're going to get the majority of Gibbs if this does turn into a blowout. I also like the fact that over on DraftKings, you can get Gibbs plus Montgomery rush yards as a combination. You can get 125 at minus 114, them to go over 125. I love that number. You can get over 150 yards at plus 211 right now over on DraftKings for Montgomery and Gibbs combined. If you look at the last 3 games, awful loss for this Lions team. They faced the Bears, they faced the Bucs, who have a very good run defense, and they faced the Commanders. In those 3 games, every single time, Gibbs plus Montgomery rush yards has been over 150. We also saw a 175-yard game in there. If you want to put Gibbs plus Montgomery 175 plus rush yards, that's currently at 5-1. I think the two of them really control this game on the ground against a bad Giants run defense. And with the spread where it is as well, we're sitting around 12.5, 13 now. The game script plays into running the football, and this isn't a Lions team that has a 3rd or 4th running back that you have to worry about in blowouts getting carries from Montgomery and Gibbs. So they'll get the lion's share of the workload no matter what the score is here against a very bad run defense. I think they absolutely run all over the Giants this weekend. So I have them at plus 150. 150 yards or more at plus 211. I don't mind taking a shot at 175 or more at 5-1 as well.
First of all, I mean, incredible analysis. I love that you caught that. And by the way, a very creative market for DraftKings to actually offer. I love that idea. And you're absolutely right. On top of that, too, the Lions overall in totality, they absolutely pound the worst rushing attacks on defense whenever they play them. The Giants are as bad as it gets. Pauly loves Shedeur Sanders this week. Do you agree with that?
I think he is incorrectly priced. I don't love Shedeur Sanders, but I think he is incorrectly priced here, specifically on the passing yards prop. You can get him at 158.5 to the over. I'll take over 158 yards passing. That's just a disgustingly low total for a quarterback that we just don't know that much about. He was willing to take shots down the field when we saw him against the Baltimore Ravens. You're getting a much easier defense to face here in the Las Vegas Raiders this week for Shedeur. I also have his under rush yards. It's at 20.5 right now. People forget how slow Shedeur Sanders is. Yes, he's probably going to think in his head, I should take off if the first read or second read isn't there. He's just not very fast. I don't expect him to be able to get an explosive scramble against this Raiders defense. If that's the case, it's going to take 5-6 carries for him to get over 20 yards. I just don't see that happening. But I do agree. Like, this 158.5 is a wildly low number for an unknown quantity. That's the key part of this. There isn't the track record of understanding what he's going to do. And he does have the ability to get the football out and throw it downfield. We saw that at Colorado. I think he takes shots against this Raiders defense in a game that could be very low scoring as well. But I do like his over 158 yards passing.
That's right. He's got a ton of confidence. He's going to let it rip. Will it work out? I don't know.
No other choice.
He's not going to check it down. He's not going to go, they're going to probably get him some confidence and some early stuff early to build it, but he's going to let it rip. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Bonus bet, college football here. You like Hawaii tonight plus the points?
I do like Hawaii tonight plus the points. You got the return of the quarterback there who played right down the street at, I believe it was Bishop Gorman there in Las Vegas. It's a Hawaii team that's gotten a lot better since we saw them week 1 or week 0 against Stanford over on the island. They've been playing solid offensive football the last few weeks. This UNLV defense is absolutely atrocious. You can catch the 3 pretty much across the board here. I like the dog in this spot. I think Hawaii wins this game outright, but I don't mind taking that +3 either.
Very good. By the way, I have a number for you on Jacoby Myers. What number were you hoping to bet?
I was hoping we get something in the high 40s, low 50s.
Yeah, you got it. I see a couple of books. One of them is not a real sports book. I'm not going to name names, but it's 48.5 is the number.
Yeah, I would take over anything below 55. I think Myers has an opportunity for a huge game here now that he's 3 weeks into the offense and facing a secondary that's absolutely decimated by injury in Arizona.
Yeah, there you go. Well, very strong reasons there to listen to Sharp Money with Mike and Patrick Marr when it comes out twice a week, because he had like 4 other games with awesome numbers, but those numbers are gone now for his appearance. Thanks, Mike. We appreciate it. Best of luck this weekend.
Good luck, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Yep. Up next, let's get nuts and have some. I'm going to give you a 13-1 anytime touchdown scorer this weekend, and I'll tell you why next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Nuts. Come on.
Let's get nuts.
Have some guts to connect. Good old. Have some guts. Show some guts. A little guts here.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts.
All right, baby.
Guts.
Let's do it. I'm going to go Sanders anytime touchdown, 6-1.
He's going to run one in?
I think he can run one in. And again, anything's possible in this game. Could it be high scoring?
No.
I know the angle you're going to go to. Are there turnovers? Are they playing catch-up? Kid's got a lot of confidence, and I could see one of these. Here. Scores a touchdown, put up the watch, put up the wrist, get in there, and a little payback for the Raiders passing on him.
Yeah, the watch was stolen, I think, last weekend. Wasn't it?
That's right, $200,000.
Sure.
What do you got? Hide that stuff. Get it safe. Something. Inside job. I expect a big game out of Olave on Sunday. Olave's been great. A ton of targets. Shuck's been serviceable. How about 15-1, 2 touchdowns? And I think Atlanta is going to give up on the season.
I can see that. I think Shuck is actually sneaky good.
Okay. Got the long touchdown against Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't mind Johnson props either. He'll throw to Johnson and Olave a lot in this game. He did it against the Packers. I think he'll do it again. My giant source was finally wrong. It happens. Dart is out. It's going to be Winston again. YOLO Winston. Also, Sanders is in the Winston range, but he's minus 220 to throw a pick. How about that? But I think Winston has a rushing touchdown here. Took one in against the Packers, and I think they'll use him inside the 1 or 2 yard line on a sneak again. Plus 650, and one more. The big fella. Darnell Washington, who had a 31-yard reception last week. Rodgers loves throwing to him in the red zone. Anytime is 3-1. 2 touchdowns, 30-1. And the Bears, when Edwards has been out, have struggled against tight ends. This guy is a matchup nightmare. No way a man that size should be playing tight end and can move like that. Washington's going to be a handful for the Bears. I think he gets in the end zone. Guts.
All right. How about this? The Tennessee Titans have allowed around 1,100 rushing yards to backs on the year. That is the 8th most. And 12 touchdowns, second most behind Buffalo. Here's the guy. It's not Kenneth Walker. It's not Zach Charbonnet. It's third-string running back George Holani.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime touchdown.
Allahu.
13-1. I couldn't even find 2 touchdowns. Here's the case. He scored against Arizona 2 weeks ago in a blowout win, and he got 10 carries in the Saints game that was over in the first quarter. This one is a 13.5-point spread. Zach Charbonnet has 28 attempts in the red zone, 10 inside the 5, 16 inside the 10. Kenneth Walker has 25 inside the red zone, 9 inside the 10. Holani has 1 carry for 9 yards and a touchdown inside the 10-yard line. And he's also had a bunch of red zone carries this year. I know this because I watch games every week with fantasy managers who have Kenneth Walker, and they're so pissed off that he gets yanked out and they put in George Holani. Mm-hmm. So if this turns into a blowout, which all indications are, I mean, it's going to.
Yeah.
And Seattle's amazing on the road anyway. George Holani, 13-1. Talk to me, Goose. Look, I mean, Somich kind of stole my thunder with the Lions, but you can also make the case. That was such a great breakdown with the combination there of Gibbs and David Montgomery. I'll go wide receivers here, though. If they want to do this, like how will Dan Campbell and the Lions want to operate offensively here? Like, do they want to throw for 300 yards and run for 150? That's probably in the cards. And if they do that, well, the Giants have allowed the second most yards to backs overall and 10 on the ground to tie it in. And they've also allowed the third most catches, fourth most yards, and 11 touchdowns to wide receivers on the year. Amon-Ra St. Brown projects at VSiN.com for 8.37 catches. His prop is 6.5. But I would look at Jameson Williams, who has turned it on big time in recent weeks. You can ladder him big numbers, 3-1 range or even higher to get 100 yards in this game. And look, John Hansen had a great breakdown as well. When they face the defense like the Giants are going to deploy and put out there on the field on Sunday, this is the kind of game that suits Williams really, really well and not so much Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I would look at him if you want to attack it from a receiver standpoint.
Already on it.
The worst defenses in the NFL against tight ends. Cincinnati, by far and away, the worst. Hunter Henry is the obvious answer. And oh, by the way, his projection, OptAI projection, is like 57. His prop number is in the 30s. But how about Austin Hooper, who's questionable? Or do you want to get really nuts? Third string tight end, CJ Dupree?
Oh, that's loony bin. Cuckoo.
I can't even find a number on the guy. Maybe they'll post it by Sunday. But the Bengals have allowed the fourth most catches, the most yards, and 12 touchdowns on tight ends overall. And you brought this up earlier. I'm absolutely going to be firing on Travis Kelce this week.
Yep.
If you go back and look again, when they have to have these games, big spots, they might be struggling.
Yeah.
Who does he go to?
Yeah.
It's Kelce more times than not. Indy has allowed the third most yards and 5 overall touchdowns to tight ends. Kelce projects for 59 yards with the OptAI stats. 51.5 is his prop. I think receptions, I think yards, I think anytime touchdown for that guy. And I brought this up earlier. I mean, McBride's going to eat all game, or should. Jacksonville is bottom 8 in catches allowed, yards, and they have given up this tied for the second most touchdowns overall to tight ends. McBride projects for 91 yards overall and about 7.2 catches in the game. He's going to eat all game. And I'm laddering an under this week. I'm hoping absolutely nothing happens between Cleveland and Las Vegas. I know it's a low total, but it's low for a reason. You said plus 280? Well, we'll go over that coming up in a little bit.
Yes, I'll get there.
So I played under 36.5 minus 118. I know 37 was out there. I don't know if it's going to matter or not. I hope not based on my bets. You can ladder all the way down to 13.5. But under 17.5 points is 14-1. Can we get 14-3 in this game? Under 18.5 is 13-1. Under 19.5 points is 10-1 in this game. I didn't get that crazy, but I laddered this game by playing under 34.5 plus 108, under 31.5 plus 164, and I took a shot under 27.5 points plus 285, and if the number is right, I'm absolutely going to bet no touchdown in this game.
Wow.
I got to do it.
Hope you're right.
And I got some
9-6.
Yep, I got some NBA tonight for you as well. The Celtics are playing the Nets yet again. Well, don't look now, but Peyton Pritchard has turned it on like crazy lately. His last 3 games from deep, 5 of 10, 8 of 13, and 5 of 12. That was the game against the Nets. Teams are shooting 39.7% from deep against Brooklyn, second highest in the league. I played over 3.5 plus 136. I might add over 4.5. I might add over 5.5. At huge numbers for Peyton Pritchard. He is going. They take 40, almost 45 threes a game.
Yep.
This guy can take 10, 12 of them. Shoots it at a high clip. Got to play that. And the other one is I would look at Emmanuel Quickly with a ladder. The Wizards are 1-13. They have the worst defensive efficiency in the entire league. Teams also shoot 37% from deep against this team. He's attempting 7.2 attempts in November, making more than 3 of them. So maybe Quickly ladders there. He's the best three-point shooter on the team at this point, and that's who I kind of want to focus on in these games coming up.
Job. All right. Good segment. A lot of fun. I also think Jacksonville, Arizona, highest scoring game at 8-1 is worth a look. Cincinnati's defense is last in the league, and they've allowed at least 27 points in 9 straight games. That ties a record. They've allowed more than 30 points in 4 straight games. They're allowing 33.4 points. It's the highest since the 1966 Giants. They're hosting the 9-2 Patriots. Here comes May. 72% completion rate, 2,800 yards. 8 games with at least 2 touchdown passes. All May props, New England most points of the week. All of it. Cincinnati, all 5 home games have gone over. 13-2 over on the last 2 years at home by 15 points per game.
Wow.
So like David Baker said yesterday, Burrow is okay. Flacco's moving the ball. He's been good.
Sure.
The O-line's terrible and the defense is atrocious.
That's exactly right. I hope May goes for like 420 yards in this game. I need that for several bets. One would be to lead the league in passing yards. Freeze it, Pauly, because he is right now. Got a big number on him, and also the MVP thing would be massive as well going into the Sunday night, or because Stafford has turned into the short shot on the board. I'll give you one other crazy one tonight in the NBA. Simone Fontecchio from Miami. They're taking on Chicago. Totals in the 240s. Opta AI has him at almost 3 made threes. Over 2.5 is plus 143. His prop is 10.5 points. They have him going for 13.12 in the game. 3 makes per game on 6.8 attempts, 44%. Simone Fontecchio.
Yep.
Come on, let's do it.
All right. No Ziti? Think you know sports, get paid for it. Better Picks, daily fantasy app where your sports knowledge turned into real cash fast. Download the Better app. Pick more or less on your stats, and if your pick hits, you win. New users get free money, no deposit required. When you do deposit, you get a 50% deposit match up to $200. Better has action year-round, NBA, soccer, UFC, golf, and more. Head to better.app, BETR, download Better in the app or Google Play Store. Promo code VSiN. Code VSiN for your free money and deposit bonus today.
Up next, we'll go over upset alert in college football. This is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
College football here, only a couple of weekends left in the entire regular season. Maybe a little upset alert. Missouri is playing at Oklahoma. What a schedule for the Sooners this year. And the latest today, Pauly, on quarterback for Mizzou, Bo Prabula, is that he is on track to start. I think yesterday it was going the opposite way from what I heard
Yep.
anyway. And now it looks like he's going to go as of right now. Sooners are 6.5.
Don't you feel like this is going to work out for the committee, though? And we're not going to have chaos and it's just going to be nice and easy for them? Or do you think it's going to be nuts and there's going to be 8, 9 teams with 2 losses? And it's going to be a debacle?
Well, I mean, how many times has it ever really worked out for them?
I think they catch a lot of breaks.
They absolutely they have over the years, no question.
Right.
We're kind of fell in their lap, like, oh, now we don't have to do anything about it because this team lost and had to have that happen, and another team won, whatever.
Last year worked out for them. SMU loses, but it's in overtime and the comeback, and you can't penalize them and all that stuff too.
Right.
And the list goes on. But they were outplayed thoroughly by Alabama.
I would say so.
It was a turnovers, so definitely that's cause for concern. And now they know it's right there for them. You win these 2 games at home, you're in the playoff. And they could stub their toe. I definitely have Oklahoma on upset alert. I do not have Oregon on upset alert. And this is what I like here. You're going to get into this more. I like the run-it-up angle, style points. The committee does not like, they have a lot of concerns about their schedule. And the fact that they're getting the break of we still think at Penn State's a quality win. Okay, that's helping them out. But USC has lost 8 straight as a road dog, and in the last 21 games as a road dog, they pulled just 2 upsets, and they're 5-16 ATS. Not ready for prime time. Ducks beat them by margin. Ducks and Lanning should run it up and get style points, because it is squeaky bum time if Oregon loses at Washington next week.
Stop me when you hear the good win by the Ducks this year. I won't even begin with the non-conference. Northwestern on the road, they won by 20. That looks pretty good today. At Penn State. I mean, Penn State was a totally different team back then.
Yeah, It's,
okay.
It's not that bad, I know.
They beat Wisconsin at home by 14.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'd say that was bad. They won by 2 at Iowa.
Good win.
I qualified that as a good win.
Raining. They lost several key guys. Yes.
And then they just pouted Minnesota. They haven't played anybody.
Tough.
Other than Indiana, and they got killed at home by Indiana. I mean, Indiana, they were clearly the better team in that game.
I think they're a top 10 team. It's a bad resume. And that's why an SEC team will probably get the nod over them if they lose. So certainly at Washington's a tough place to play. But if that's going to be your resume and you're 10-2, I don't know if that's not going to be good enough. They're going to need some help. But I think they might get it as well.
I'm looking at Jeff Sagarin's schedule rankings right now. He has Oregon at number 30 with the schedule on the year. That, to me, when you just go over and look at the teams, that does not jump off the page as a top 30 schedule at all. But I'm not going to argue with his numbers.
Right there for him. Win these 2 games they're in. I have Duke on upset alert.
Okay.
Rivalry game. See if Belichick can do it. Belichick at home. Lombardi. Come on, guys. Throw the records out when the rivals collide. I have Tulane on upset alert. How about the quotes from the coach? I don't know why he's the hot name. I think Tulane's got a disappointing season. But to say, hey, well, there must be a lot of bad or average college teams if we're ranked in the top 25, what he said. Incredible. I have USF on upset alert. UAB already got Memphis, and it's the Dream Crusher scenario.
Sure it is.
After they lost to Navy. That's a ton of points, but UAB did it once, maybe not twice. Do it again, right? And I'll give you 2 from next week already. Thanksgiving night. I like Navy catching 4.5 against Memphis. I think Memphis has phoned it in. They know their season's over. They had high aspirations, playoff hopes. Bye-bye. Navy right there. Great win last week. Memphis can't stop anything. And Black Friday. Get your old-fashioned. Follow J.R. Starkus on X and Instagram. This is not going well, and they will address what happens with Kiffin after the Egg Bowl. Kiffin will coach the Egg Bowl, and then he's probably on to LSU. So unfortunate with the timing and how it's going to play out, and I just think that's a sad state of affairs what's going to happen. Old Miss lane 10 right now at DraftKings. Miss State beats them outright.
That spiked earlier today, by the way. His percentages of going to LSU on Kalshi really went up. So
can we keep this under wraps about daughters and ex-wives going where and taking visits? I mean, does it have to be I guess it's...
I can't
that's
believe...
the day and age of social media, but you're just flaunting it out there. And, hey, I'm going to Florida. Here I am. Now I'm at LSU today.
I can't believe this guy is probably going to be the highest paid coach in the history of the sport.
It's stunning.
I mean, did I fall asleep and miss something over the last 5 years? This guy? Are you kidding me?
He's got his resume's worse than Oregon's. What he's accomplished. He's had one good year, and the schedule, they got hit by the deck with the schedule.
Right. Is this going to be a better hire for LSU than when they brought in Brian Kelly? I think this is an absolute lateral move. At best, Brian Kelly was thought to be a really good hire when they brought him in from Notre Dame. Didn't work out. Obviously, he's gone. I have the same exact feeling for Lane Kiffin. If I'm an LSU person, I'll be like, this is the best we're going to do. You're going to give him that much money?
Careful with the buyout. Orgeron won a title and undefeated, and he was gone 2 years later.
Exactly right.
I like that angle, though. The reports Orgeron would be on the staff. Okay. Your angle, too? James Madison in Miami to run up the score.
Why not?
By margin.
James Madison was behind Tulane. And James Madison, Paul Stone tweeted this, others did as well, would be a 5.5, 6-point favorite on neutral against Tulane.
Yeah.
Come on. Anything to help. I'll give you a couple here. Now, again, should Texas be on upset alert against Arkansas? This is a rivalry game. Arkansas does not like this team.
Arkansas can't stop anything.
Okay, but here's the deal. Now, they haven't won. In fact, they only have 2 wins on the year. Those wins are against Alabama A&M and Arkansas State. Let me give you their scores. They lost 41-35 at Ole Miss. They lost 32-31 at Memphis. They gave that game away. Yep. They were blown out by Notre Dame. That's the one ugly result the entire year. They lost at Tennessee 34-31. They lost to A&M 45-42. They lost to Miss State 38-35. They lost to Auburn 33-24. They lost to LSU last week 23-22. They can at least hang in this game with a chance to win it.
All right.
Who's Texas?
Yeah. Plus, they dropped 7 spots and know they can't make the playoff unless it's anarchy. And you got the Sark rumors, too. Where's he going? I mean, that thing's incredible, too. Called him 7-win Sark at Washington.
Sure.
Let me give you some cool updated stuff at DraftKings. NFL. McMillan to break the regular season rookie receiving yards record, 30-1.
I know nothing about the record. Who has it? Is it Chase?
I don't know, but he's got to get 1487. That's what he needs.
Oh, my God. He's got to pretty much double where he's at right now, I think, right?
Miles Garrett. This has been popular on social media. I saw minus $3 far away places. Garrett to break the regular season sacks record, plus 125. He's on pace for 25.
And where's that at?
That's a DK. And I know other people have tweeted it out, too. I think FanDuel has it. Someone was tweeting at Will Hill yesterday talking about it.
I'd take a flyer on that. Sure. Yep. He has 15 already.
Sure.
He needs 8 more to get the all-time record.
JT to break the regular season rushing touchdowns record, 29. 8-1.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's going to be so difficult to do.
To break the rushing yards record, plus 850. And so and Jigba's down to 5-1 now to break Megatron's record.
By the way, did you see? For the first time, I think, Opta.ai at VSiN.com.
They have him under?
He didn't jump. I'll double check right now. He did not jump off the page this week.
The blowout factor. Okay. Damn.
And guess who they are super high on? Devontae Adams. Number 1 guy they have going over receiving yards.
Big time. Yep, I saw that. Big time. Egbuka is 12-1 to break the rookie record for yards. That would certainly help you out. Make the holidays unforgettable with Omaha Steaks. Holiday roasts, hand-selected gift packages. Omaha Steaks delivers top-quality meats, memorable gifts that bring everyone together. I got my package the other day. Phenomenal. Love the sausages, the burgers, the steaks. Top-notch, A+. Every steak aged and hand-carved for exceptional flavor. And as a VSiN exclusive, you get 16 free smash burgers with any order of $129 or more, plus 50% off site-wide. omahasteaks.com/VSiN. Minimum purchase may apply. You see how good it looks on. Watch it tonight when they bring it in before the Invitational with Humans and Stevens. omahasteaks.com/VSiN. Get it now.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. I'm on vsin.com/NFL props, where you can go and check out the Opta.ai projections for all these games, all these players. So they have been projecting Jackson Smith and Jigba for like 115 yards the entire year. His prop is 95.5 at DK. They are projecting him to go over, but only by a half a yard. They have 96 yards this week.
First player, 75 yards or more to start the season, 10 in a row. He has 7 100-yard games.
Yeah. Tells you how good JT is, and Jigba is still way behind to win Offensive Player of the Year. More NFL up next. Teams in the giant spot have covered 65% of the time since 2006. I'll give you that nugget next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome back. I will give you this 65% angle that the Giants are in this week against the Lions coming up in a minute. What are you looking at, Pauly, in terms of updated injuries for this week?
London out. Godwin questionable. Rodgers questionable. Pacheco out. Worthy questionable. Thomas out. Jacobs questionable. Walker questionable. Laporta out for the year. Bucky Irving expected back next week.
Okay, who's Thomas? Which one?
Oh, Brian Jackson.
Brian Thomas, okay, yep. All right, so here's the angle with the Giants and the Lions. But now, there's no Dart. Well, I'll tell you, it looked like, according to reports, yesterday Jackson Dart was going to give it a shot in this game.
Yeah, I know.
And this was down to 10, now 13. But NFL teams that have lost at least their last 5 games outright are only 13-66 straight up, but 51, 27-1 ATS as a double-digit road underdog since 2006. That's where the Giants are in this game. It's Jameis. You're going to have to hold your nose at this point if you want to take him, obviously, because the defense is so bad. They don't do anything well. And the Lions, you brought this up earlier, this streak with Dan Campbell off a loss is absolutely incredible.
Yep.
13-0 straight up and ATS.
Yep, it's your big boy, right? I also don't like what's going on with the Giants. They're not focused. You got this Carter thing.
Okay, yeah.
And then what are you? I know Russo was all over him. What's this going on Monday Night Raw business?
I could not believe the videos that I saw from that.
You're 2-9. You haven't won a road game. You're acting like you're the 1 seed right now. Remember, they got hammered for the boat trip years ago. Between playoff games and this. You're on Monday Night Raw, wrestling and doing stuff, and Cam's sitting there and antagonizing.
He's taking shots, by the way.
Yeah, right.
How is that allowed?
He's hurt. What are you doing?
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, is this AI? Is this fake?
Yeah. It's like Embiid when he was off an ACL injury and out for the year. He went to a concert and was up there dancing and everything. Right. It's like, it doesn't look good. So Detroit will get whatever they want offensively. I'm big on Williams props, which we've talked about. He's been so good the last couple of games since Morton made comments about I'm letting you down. So, it's ground and pound here and get what they want on the ground and get to 7-4 and blow them out.
All right, so the Patriots game, again, this was as low as 5.5. Now back to 7. Will Joe Burrow play? Is he not going to play? Opta AI Stats, VSiN.com, they are projecting Stephon Diggs for 6.15 catches. His prop is 4.5, but I want to compare the two defenses here for 1 second. And a lot of these numbers for the Patriots, to be honest, they're not that great. Like EPA per play on defense, they're 12th overall. The Bengals, though, they're dead last. Success percentage allowed, Patriots 21st. Bengals, dead last. EPA per pass allowed, Patriots 14th, middle of the pack. Bengals, dead last in the entire league. This is where the Patriots get a little bit better. EPA per rush, 9th overall. Bengals, 30th. Sack percentage, Pats, 21st. Bengals, 30th. With the way that this team is humming right now, and Josh McDaniels they're really in a groove here offensively, with May throwing the football, I just hope that, can you imagine if they actually want to split carries here with Stevenson and Henderson?
Oh, sad.
And Stevenson goes out there and fumbles right away again? Or something really, he doesn't look good, and you give it to Henderson, he pops one for 40 yards. Clearly, Henderson has to be the guy, but this is just, what do you want to do in this game? Do you want to have May throw for 400, or do you want to run the ball for 250 yards today?
Yeah, it'll probably be a ton of May. Just throw all over him. And it can't stop anything. And as far as New England props, I think everyone eats. It's incredible that both running backs are $1.70 to score a touchdown. That tells you. The other one, we've seen the baby bump too. Or a guy, remember Van Vliet, and it's happened over and over again at sports. So maybe Diggs has something big with the Cardi B situation. That seems like that's been going on for a while in sports. If New England allows 23 or fewer and scores at least 23, they would join the 1961 Oilers, the only teams to win 9 straight games with those marks.
Wow.
So incredible what Vrabel's doing. I changed my mind on this game. It doesn't matter to me who plays quarterback. David Baker's right. It's the O-line and the horrible defense. New England also 11-1, first half money line straight up going back, what they've done. It's been awesome. and one seed sitting right there, and now bye-bye with the division prices in light of what happened. New England also 5-0 on the road.
I'm intrigued why the Bengals would do this. Is it really because Zach Taylor knows that his job is
100%
on the line, so he wants to do whatever he can to save it? Is that the only reason why?
Got to get wins. Yep.
Well, why would... I don't know, man. Even if Joe...
I'm with you. It's stupid.
Yep.
You're out of it. And then you got to play Baltimore twice in 3 weeks coming up. And look, you play the Bills.
You got to respect Joe Burrow for, being a warrior, having the guts to go out there. My God, let me play football even though these games are meaningless. Somebody from the front office has to step in and say, "What are we? This is silly. We have nothing to play for. We're not going to make the playoffs. Right. You've been hurt 3 times already in your career.
We're scoring 38 at home and losing games."
Exactly right. Like the issue has not been quarterback here. We have a zillion other problems. Why don't we just get you completely healthy, take the year off, come back next year, hopefully, fingers are crossed here that you can actually play the entire season. We'll try to address as many weaknesses as possible, and then we'll give it another shot in 2026. I don't know.
Yeah. What happens with Cincinnati props, though? That's a mess. Now, it's one thing, regardless of who you think plays quarterback.
Right.
Because I want Fant's gone over every game, but now Gesicki's back. And then with Chase out, Yoshi Voss maybe we see some Tinsley get in there. Is it a lot of Higgins? I agree with Somich, put Gonzalez on him.
Well, that's going to be the answer, right?
I would just say the safe thing is what Paul Charchian said, dump-offs to Chase Brown. He should be able to get 25 yards again.
Yeah, and P. Ryan's his status is completely up in the air. Yeah. So there's an angle here where Brown's going to be on the field for most of the, if not the entire game, and you can't run the football against the Patriots. So if they're going to be down and throwing the ball, he probably gets a lot of dump offs there.
Yep. New England 5-0. Excuse me, I was looking over. I can't get past this. 27 plus points, 9 games in a row for Cincinnati. They've allowed a record. It's horrendous.
Yeah. Okay. So Colts and Chiefs again, marquee game, one of the marquee games of the weekend. Daniel Jones is 33-15 under the total as a dog since 2020. Now, let me point this out. The Colts, they've been one of the stories of the entire year. Their wins are against Miami. The Denver game was fraudulent. They were gift-wrapped that game on a bogus penalty to end it.
He moved the ball, though.
Okay, yeah, and they were good. So I'm not going to...
Yeah, can't kill him.
So that's a win. Tennessee, Las Vegas, Arizona, which they should have lost or could have lost.
Yeah.
The Chargers, that was by far and away their best performance, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Tennessee again, and Atlanta, another game they should have lost. Like that schedule is a joke, and this is where it goes up 10 times.
Yeah, you pointed this out yesterday. This is a monster. And what you got, you have Houston coming up on deck, too. And they're going to need it like blood. And they got Stroud coming back.
And they're going to be on extended rest.
Look at that. Man. Houston, Jacksonville, Seattle, Niners, Jacksonville, Houston.
Yeah, so we kicked this around to begin the show today based on what Houston did last night. A big price on the Texans to win the division. Maybe the angle is the Colts to miss the playoffs. Just because getting past Indy and Jacksonville at this point, because the Jags' schedule is so easy, maybe that's going to be too much to overcome for the Texans. But maybe there's an angle here where the Colts are going to miss, which would be incredible if that actually took place.
Well, they're feeling good now because you're getting Ward back. So they say, hey, I know what happened early on. We had issues defensively, but now we traded for Sauce. Ward's coming back.
Yeah.
We got a good secondary. We have a solid offense. We should be able to do this and win some games.
And maybe this magical season for Jonathan Taylor is just going to continue the entire time. And they can grind him into the ground, and he can get 25 carries here, and he pops for like 150.
Well, the next 2 games will be telling.
Yeah. Because, again, he's in the MVP mix. You all know that.
Yes, yeah.
But the Chiefs' defense, I think we all assume, been pretty good, right? Actually, no. 19th in adjusted line yards, tied for 24th in power success allowed, 27th in stuffed rate. If the holes are going to be there for Taylor, and he doesn't, if he has to work for it, he can still get it. But if they're going to make it easier for him against this bad Chiefs rush defense, maybe he goes off again. And the offense behind Jim Bob Cooter here in Steichen is completely legit.
Yeah. Well, flat out, Mahomes has to play better, too. These have been big interceptions he's throwing.
Yeah.
Bad throws.
Like you said, I want more Thornton.
Yes.
But I think that this is going to be a big Kelsey game because the Colts are not good against the tight end.
I think, sports start getting paid for it. Better Picks, daily fantasy sports app, where your sports knowledge turns into real cash. Sign up today, get free money, no deposit needed. When you do deposit, a 50% deposit match up to $200. Download Better in the Apple Google Play Store. Head to better.app, promo code VSiN for your free money deposit bonus now.
We'll break down more NFL games coming up next with professional sports bettor Paul Bovey as he joins the show in studio. This is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.